Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I guess I was in someone's waiting room, but not in this one. Yes, good morning. We are here to handle State of Georgia versus Frederick Sproul. Ms. Marshall Story, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you today?
Doing well, thank you.
Mr. Haddad, how are you?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Your Honor, I sent a message yesterday. I have not received any additional correspondence, but at this time, I do believe this case may need to go on to the dead docket. Mr. Sproul has not reported to diversion. Mr. Sproul did not take place in the initial meeting. And at this point, I did see that the correspondence that he has received from the court has had a return to sender on it. So at this point, I don't know any other way to get in contact with him.
How did he get into pretrial diversion or into this program?
Honestly, I don't quite remember, Your Honor. I went back through the case. I just was responding to the email from Ms. Strong. So in order for him to get into diversion, he would have had to have complete the application, and that is our normal procedure. So I am assuming that that is how he got in. I spoke to our administrator, and they don't have any updates on him at all, but they do have an application from him.
Okay, all right. We'll just put it on the dead docket then, and
Okay.
if he pops up, we'll put him back on the calendar. Mr. Haddad, are we still moving on with that motions hearing scheduled for, I don't know when? Following Friday?
I believe
think-
so, Judge. In all honesty, I've not had any luck reaching my clients. And really, I anticipate maybe working something out with the state on that particular day.
Okay,
The client himself, Judge, I mean, he's got a whole bunch of other issues, felony cases that are more serious, obviously, than the one we have. But
all right,
I will, if anything changes, of course, I'll let the court know. But
right.
scheduled for the 17th, not a couple of Fridays from now, if I'm not mistaken.
So this is something I'm going to be proposing on the Friday Orca calendars. They seem to be pretty erratic, and I don't want to make the commitments to have everybody show up for these short calendars when they were originally supposed to be pretty large. I'm just going to go ahead and have them schedule any cases, whether it's motions, bench trials, preliminaries, plea arraignments, status calendars, just lump them all up on these calendars on Fridays. They don't have to be specifically assigned a specific title to each calendar. Do either one of you have any objection?
Can you just explain that a bit further,
So-
Your Honor? I'm not sure I'm following you.
We were anticipating a deluge of backlog cases. I know we have them on Wednesdays, but in order to make these a constructive use of time, Friday calendars seem to be pretty erratic. How were they in the last 2 weeks of May? I wasn't here, so.
It was pretty busy the week that you weren't there, and I believe it wasn't Judge Mincy, it was the other
Judge Williams.
Yes, that was a pretty busy calendar. You remember that
Okay.
one, Mr. Haddad?
Sorry, I don't actually. I was looking at the calendar. I was not here with
Okay.
Judge.
Oh, that's
Williams.
right. You may have been out. So yeah, it does seem sporadic, but I remember that calendar in particular. I think we got out about 2:00 that day.
Okay, and I do know that those calendars, we had bench trials scheduled. Were there any bench trials held that day?
No.
No, okay. So so instead of putting like specific calendars, like saying we're going to put a 9 o'clock status calendar or a 11 o'clock preliminary plea and arraignment calendar, I would suggest that whatever cases we get, we just put them on the calendar and deal with them accordingly. They don't have to have a special designation like this is specially set for plea and arraignment or this is specially set for status. Now, if we have
Oh.
special set bench trials, those we can
Mhm.
do because we always schedule them at 1 o'clock on Fridays. Yeah.
No, that's fine with me. I thought that designation was done by the clerk's office, but that's
Well,
fine.
We initially came up with the designations because initially we had this onslaught of cases, but they seem to be pretty erratic on Fridays. And so just to make use of good time. So if we have certain Fridays where there's only 1 or 2 cases like today, we can actually roll those over to the days when we have more cases.
Okay,
But that, obviously, Judge, whatever works best for the court, and I agree with you, use of time would be better if we had, a better organization. I'm good with that. So
Okay.
however
Well,
works.
that's what I'm going to propose to the court administration and see if that flies. Otherwise, happy Friday, 1 case done.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Good
all right. Have
weekend.
a great weekend,
too.
everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, Ms. Strong, thank you very much. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, bye-bye.